Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue Podcast.
Big mile high, everybody. Hey, happy Father's Day, NRW crew. Man, Isaiah's back because he couldn't be here last week. Couldn't be here last week for whatever.
I know you missed me.
Reason.
I know you missed me. Stop crying.
We did, but you know what? We had fun. Me and Glenn and
back.
You are
Glenn
back.
is awesome.
Me, Glenn, and
hey,
Michael
Glenn,
had fun.
Thanks for stepping in. Love you. Thanks for stepping in. But
he killed it
the
too.
Black Knight is
the Dark Knight.
The Black Dark, same thing. I'm back. Yeah, that's what matters.
So anyway, hey, it's very happy Father's Day from one father to all you fathers out there. Isaiah, happy Godfather's Day.
Yeah,
because, hey,
it's the same thing.
Whether anybody has a problem with that or not, Isaiah is the godfather to my sons. All three.
I've got four.
Yeah, that's
3
true.
from
You have
Johnny.
4. But mine are the only ones that matter.
3 from Johnny, 1 for my best friend in LA. So I've got 4 godchildren. Happy Father's Day to stepfathers, present fathers, married fathers, fathers who had children who unfortunately passed. Happy Father's Day to everyone who's ever been a father, godfathers, uncles, whatever. I get called uncle, but I'm a godfather. So happy Father's Day to all of you out there. We love you and we thank you for your service. That's what I did there. Is it me, Johnny? I was thinking about this earlier. Is it me or do we not get the cool holidays? Did we have Memorial Day?
We had Memorial Day, yeah. Or right before.
And now we've got Father's Day?
Real quick, we have a special guest that wants to come in and wish Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Who is this? Who is this you speak of?
Come here. My oldest, Jackson, wants to step in and wish everybody in Broncos country a happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah.
That's right. That's my boy. Yeah. I love you. Hey, you go have fun, okay? Daddy's got work to do. So, happy Father's Day, everybody. Welcome to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We are
in case you guys didn't know it, Jackson is the voice at the end when he says Orange and Blue Podcast.
Yes.
That's the same young man.
In the intro video, that is him saying Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. So so Johnny, okay, so we have some cool people in. We'll talk. We'll give everybody their shout out here in a minute. Welcome to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. It's nice to see everybody here. We are a fan-based podcast. We are not professional analysts, but we are your bona fide
analysts.
That's right. We go live every Sunday at 6543. Put them where they go. Every Sunday. Time zones work. Every Sunday. All right. We are so stoked to be here with you guys today. So stoked. All right. So already in the house, we got our number one fan, first comment of the day from our number one fan. Hashtag Mile High 5, baby, from Dave Glassman.
My boy Dave.
What's up, Dave?
What's up,
Mile High
Dave?
6 says, yo. Shadow Jacker was really pumped. Like Shadow was
ready to go.
Shadow Jacker from MHRT After Dark. He's sitting there, throwing comments out the wazoo. Game time. Woohoo!
Shadow.
Our buddy from within MHRT, Richie Rich is here. He says, I'm here and ready and waiting. Mile High 5, baby.
Woo!
So,
yeah.
We got Landon Clark in the house. He says, hello. Vic is in the house. Hey,
Landon,
gang.
Vic.
My mother in the house who says, my father is watching.
Happy Father's Day, Mr.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Wait to meet you. You are the only one. You're watching. I know you're watching, so I know you hear me. What's the deal? Let's get it done. All right.
That's right. I want to give real quick. We'll continue the comments and we'll get into the topics here in a minute. But I do want to give an extra special shout out to my father. All right. Since he's actually watching and we haven't got to spend a Father's Day together in many, many years. Dad, I love you. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for being the example that you were for me. Thank you for raising me the way that you did, being there for me, teaching me. And no matter, even if it meant that you were working 3 jobs to support our family, you were still always a phenomenal and amazing father. You coached my sports teams, even though you didn't have time to do so. You were an amazing dad. So, Dad, thank you. To my father-in-law, thank you for raising such an incredible daughter so that I could marry her because she's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's the most important one.
Yeah. So happy Father's Day to my father-in-law, Don, in Missouri. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. We love you. So back to the comments. Yeah, yes.
Is it my turn, Johnny? Can I do mine?
Shout out.
Okay.
You may. You go ahead. Go ahead.
My dad's not watching. My wife is with my father-in-law. So shout out to Johnny's dad. I love you. Thank you for raising me to be the man I am today and give me an example. Thank you for working 3 jobs to raise me. I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we love you, We love you, NRW crew. We love you, Broncos country, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out
in the
there.
house. What up,
oh,
Skinny
that's
Bob?
awesome. And Rick Loveland. Hello.
Rick
with the last name like
you already.
Rick Loveland. Well, Loveland's is a city in Colorado. Awesome, a pretty cool city. Rick Loveland. I don't think I recognize that name. So, Rick, welcome to the show. I think this is our first time.
Hey,
with
Rick,
a name like Rick Loveland.
For you. Right. I have a nickname, Rick. Tell me if you like it. It's called Love Dick. So you let me know if you like it. Or Ricky Love.
No.
Ricky. Okay. No. Ricky Love.
No. Ricky Love.
Ricky Love. I like Ricky Love. Let me know if you like.
Look, with a name like Rick Loveland, I feel like I need to say it like I'm hosting, one of those like smooth shows after dark.
He plays the saxophone. I swear he plays the saxophone.
I'm saying, like, I feel like I need to be like, "Hello, everyone. Rick Loveland in the house." Anyway,
you reminds me of Parks and Recreation when what was Ron's saxophone name?
I don't remember.
Duke Silver.
Yeah, there you go, Duke Silver. So Ricky Love in the house
with his 27 kids, cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah, the happy Father's Day to you, Mundungus. Good evening to you too, my friend.
I hope you had a Father's Day breakfast, one side from each kid, so you had a feast. Happy Father's Day.
That'd be funny. Well, I mean, one's on the way, so he's right now he's at 5.5.
Wait. One's on the way.
Yeah, number 6 is on the way, so he's at 5.5 right now.
Slow down. You're making the rest of us look bad.
Yeah, well, get to it, dude.
I'm at 0 and you're on the way to 6.
Get busy. It's not that hard to do.
You think let me stop.
Listen, my
wife's at
almost
home,
as many kids as Omahas in that intro. You know what? I don't care what you have to say. The Omahas in the intro are awesome. So go Omaha yourself out of here, Nebraska.
Guess what, Mundungus? My wife's not here, so I can say whatever I want. Okay, she's not here.
Don't do that. You know she'll still hear you. You know it. You and I both know she'll still hear you. Come on, dude. It's like saying Beetlejuice's name 3 times. You just don't do it. Okay.
Or Candyman.
Or him too. So anyway, let's get down to it. Yep. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm sorry. Real quick, I gotta say, if for those that have been with us for a while and know that I usually do some kind of cool like soundboards and have like my awesome little fanfare for when we announce the quest for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Unfortunately, my phone literally took a crap right before the pod started, and I mean like full on critical error, and I have to factory reset it. So tonight,
what Johnny doesn't know is because I'm his better half. Barbara, I love you. I know you're listening.
Maybe the blacker half. That's about it.
So wait. So we've been out in the sun too long. So one half got dark, the other half didn't. That's me. I'm the one that was in the sun too long. I got him his backup. So we are on the quest for 1,000 subscribers at MHRT Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. What is that? Twitch,
yes.
Yes. So, ready, Johnny? I got my soundboard ready.
All right, let's do it.
Quest for 1,000 subscribers. Dun, 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 dun! Quest for 1,000. I still have to give me a sword. Quest for 1,000 subscribers. So, if you are new here and you've never been here, go to any of these 4 and subscribe.
YouTube especially. We are on the quest for 1,000 subscribers. All right. So we're gonna start with, if you like this, if you like what we have to say, if you like the topics we talk about, if you like the way we present Broncos news or Broncos trivia, which we do from time to time, like, subscribe, and share at the bottom of the screen. Now, what we need you to do is we need you to hit that notification bell, because when we get ready to go live, ding, it notifies you, and you're like, hey, everybody in the house, shut up. Nothing Rhymes with Orange or Blue is on.
And that's the most important thing. Priorities, people. I don't
That's
care about
right.
your children.
Priorities.
I don't care about your wives. I don't care about your husbands. If your mother is dying on the bed, the last thing she wants to do is
She can pause that.
Orange or blue. Yes, she can pause dying. No offense. Let me stop. Nothing wrong with orange or blue. Hit that notification bell. All right. So like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Johnny, take it away.
Yes. All right. For those of you that like to listen to audio as opposed to watching video, if you like to listen to us after the fact, you can find every one of our episodes on Nothing Rhymes, worangeblue.sounder.fm. But even simpler than that is go to all the major podcast platforms: Spotify, Stitcher, Google, TuneIn. I'm still working on Apple. Apple has been giving me a huge issue, but I think I'm almost there, getting them to
Apple,
stop being stupid.
Johnny. You're not the only one that Apple gave a hard problem to. It gave a hard problem to Eve too, but that's another story. So we have
terrible.
Landon. I know. I didn't. I need to write that down next time. It was a good setup. It just didn't go all the way through.
No, yeah, you definitely didn't land that.
Landon Clark comes in with a cool profile picture, and he says, "And I'm sadly the one to babysit them all." Hey,
of course, referencing Mundungus's kids. Well played. All right, Landon.
Happy babysitter day to you.
Let's move on. Yeah, happy babysitter day. Male babysitter. Male babysitter day.
Maybe male babysitter.
So anyway, that's fun. That's really fun. So hey, let's get down to we got Rich also dropping in a comment here. I've also heard to get new pods on Apple, you need to unsub and resub. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just need to I don't know. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'm working on it though. So
real
anyway,
quick, Johnny. So everyone, I know it lags. But it turned out when I looked downstairs, I have to unhook my entire cable and Wi-Fi because my cable is hooked up to my internet because I have DirecTV. I have to unhook all of that, restart everything, and bring it back upstairs. So me and Johnny were talking. The wife and I are moving. So when we move, I'm just going to start over then. And then I'm going to hook it up and bring it upstairs to the man cave.
Your lag isn't too bad today.
It's not too bad today. It's not too bad today. It's not too bad today. But I'm going to start over, bring it up to the man cave / office.
Rich says, Landon the Manny. You know what? Maybe we should start calling Landon Mary Poppins.
Why? Oh, because he's babysitting. No, Nanny McLandon. No.
Nanny McLandon. That's terrible. All right, you know what? We've goofed off now for 15 minutes. So you know what time it is? It's time to talk about the Broncos because that's why everybody's here.
Baby.
Let's talk about the Broncos, baby.
You don't care about us. You care about the Broncos.
Today we're talking progress in general. Just in general, we're talking progress, right?
Progress.
Oh, wait, you're right. It's on our show, right? Progress. Had to. Remember?
I thought you knew. I did it first.
I know, but I forgot to yell it. I forgot to scream it. I had to scream it.
This guy.
That's our thing. It's been our thing for a long time. Whenever we say that word, progress, it's like having progress Tourette syndrome. It's awesome.
I thought you knew.
If you have Tourette syndrome and I just triggered you, I truly apologize.
Yes, that wasn't meant, but it was funny. Moving on.
Anyway, let's talk Broncos and progress. So
progress.
Basically, where we are at right now is OTAs. The off-season training program just ended. Okay. All right, we are at the end. It ended earlier this week. They gave them a field day at the end to have some fun, which was cool. To some people, a lot of people didn't like that. We'll talk about that too. But they gave OTAs is over. Off-season training program is now over, and so we move now into the most bleak and boring part of the year concerning football. The 6 weeks between OTAs.
I almost died.
I thought you knew.
No, I almost died.
Knew.
This is
the 6 weeks.
So don't attack me. Don't attack me, Broncos country. But this is the most I've paid attention to off season. Last year I was into it, but this is the most I paid attention to day by day, week by week. And now I'm learning there's a 6 week gap period. So what that means,
just shy of
Broncos country. Over the next 6 weeks, we are depending on you to keep this moving. With no fresh news, there's a couple of trades here and there.
There might be some.
Yeah, there might be some, but if there's not, we are depending on you. We need you to keep us going. Ask every single question you need. We're going to work on getting some guests here to fill that gap because there's no news. I texted Peyton Manning today, so Peyton's going to hit me back and let me know. He was shooting a commercial, so he's going to let me know afterwards. But we are depending on you to get us through this. So let's
did he answer? Did he answer in in his little hum or his little song? No, I won't be on your show.
He texted me 19 Omahas, so he's hit it up to me to decrypt it. So I'm working on that right now.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So we're in that lull now. 6 weeks, no football. All the players that I think a few of the rookies and some of the second year players that need some work. They'll stay back to hang out. And everything for a few weeks, but then they'll be off on their own on their time too. All the veterans and everybody else, they are off. It is now. What's up, buddy?
Mo Bad's in the house.
Their vacation
I've got my nickname.
Time. So here, Dark Knight, Mo Bad. Thank you, my friend, for wishing me that happy Father's Day. I appreciate it. Would you quit going back to your nickname? Nobody cares about your nickname.
I love my nickname because I'm basically.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure. No,
that movie was about me.
So not.
You're the clown I thought.
Yeah, well, the clown almost. The clown is a beast. So you can't even. Anyway,
I would do a good Joker's impression, but I don't want Broncos country to get mad at me for doing a bad job.
They probably would be. They probably would be. So anyway, we're in that lull now. But we've had about I'd say about 6 weeks of off-season training to watch with some videos and some hype videos and some other news, reporters and press conferences. We've had. And Bob Skinner says the worst time is January and February for no Broncos news.
That's not his name. Johnny,
sorry, Skinny Bob. Skinny Bob. My bad. Skinny Bob. You're disrespectful. Anyway.
You didn't say his name right, not me.
Yeah, well. Anyway. We've had about 6 weeks where we've gotten news almost every day and good stuff to watch, and it's been fun. Now we're gonna hit that lull period, but we've gotten to see some pretty cool stuff. So we're gonna talk about
before you go into it, Johnny. Before you go into it, I'm on Broncos Twitter. I hate this about the Broncos. I will say this. So I'm on Broncos Twitter and I'm scrolling through every day, refreshing, and I see people who are there and they're like, Drew Lock did this, Teddy Bridgewater did this, Jerry did this. I need video. I'm so tired of seeing it and not seeing video. I have to wait till the next day to see video of highlights of practice. It murders me.
Wait for training camp. Look, hey, dude, this has been OTAs. It doesn't matter. Okay.
I want to see everything. Everything.
Look, as excited as everybody is about this quarterback competition between Drew and Teddy, here's the thing. This is OTAs. Okay. It's been OTAs. It doesn't freaking matter. It factors. OTAs factors into the coach's decision as to who will start about 0, maybe 5-10%. Okay, it's what they can show
about that. It's not even about.
It's what they can.
I just want to see the Broncos. I just want to watch football. So I just need Broncos country, Denver Broncos. If you're watching this, any Broncos player, hey, I need you to talk to the social media team and just upload just an hour and a half or just the full OTAs. I know you're not going to do that because
they're not going to do that.
Reasons.
Yep, they're not going to do that.
I need it. Broncos country needs it.
It's not going to happen. Anyway, so look, let's talk progress, right? So the Broncos last season, obviously all of us know this and we've been very sad about it. The Broncos were 5-11. It was bad. It was sad.
And that's why Skinny Bob said the worst time is January and February for no Broncos news. And the reason why is because
we were in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Exactly. That's why it's the worst time. This is going to change, my young friend.
We were 5-11. We were 5-11, and it was terrible, and we hated it, and we were all sad, and I'm pretty sure some real tears that were orange and blue were shed. It's been rough. Okay, So here we go. So now we've gotten to see we've gotten to watch what's happened in the offseason. We've gotten to watch the draft. We've gotten to see free agency. We've gotten to see OTAs, and things have begun to progress. Progress! And we're going. That's right. And now we get to see we've already seen some progress. So we're going to talk about that progress. OTAs, and Bundunga says OTAs and minicamp have set a baseline. Now we have to wait 6 weeks to see if they can improve on that baseline. And that is the best way to say it. That is the best way to say it. They've started the base. Now, they've worked together. They've built camaraderie, except for a few. I think Kyle Fuller and Melvin Gordon, I think, didn't actually report to OTAs until the final week of OTAs. Yeah. But it's okay. It's all right. That's their prerogative. But as it stands, there we are. They've had about 6 weeks now to build some camaraderie, become good friends, build some chemistry, understand how each other works, learn how to, the receivers have been able to learn how to take certain passes from Drew Lock, how he passes versus how Teddy passes. It's working. Why are you pouring beer into that cup?
Because I like beer and I like the cup. Why are you always, you sound like my wife. Why are you?
I'm your best friend. I basically am your wife.
Shh. She's close.
Anyway. Yes, she is close.
You sound like my wife. But
stop talking. She will appear.
Always questioning me. I love you.
Anyway, I like the way that Mundungus put that. They've set that baseline. Now, once we hit training camp, and training camp's when it's going to get intense, man. They're going to be on lockdown, bro. They're going to get they're going to be at the team facility, and they don't get to be with their families. They don't get to go home. They go from training to the team hotel. And back.
Good work.
And they will live, eat, sleep, breathe, poop, whatever, football for all of training camp. So they're getting these couple weeks off before they truly run the gauntlet. And that's good for them. I'm happy, everybody needs some time off. Obviously, I never get any, so I can only dream of what that's actually like. But
Shadow Jacker. Hey, shout out to Shadow Jacker, because we were talking about you before. You were hyped and you were ready to go, and we love this. I like the relationship growth in the locker room, and it should transfer to the field. I made this comment. I think it was either the field day or the day before, and I noticed that the chemistry just seems more there. They just seem all together, and I absolutely love that. So thank you. Alamo on the rise.
Alamo on the rise.
Wait, did we come up with a nickname for Alamo on the rise? I swear we did.
No, I mean, we talked about it. We never came up with anything. I just call him Alamo. I mean, it's a cool name, man.
Okay.
So Alamo is
better.
Happy Father's Day, MHRT. Thank you, Alamo. I don't know if you yourself have children, but we appreciate that. Shadow says, shout out to all the baby daddies out there. All right, then. Well, there it is. Alamo agreed. Alamo. Just call him Alamo.
Okay.
I like it.
Alamo.
So anyway, now we get to see some of this progress, right? And so I've got a couple things that I want to talk about, and then of course I want to get to everybody's comments. Everybody keep commenting, bringing stuff into it, because hey, you help drive this along. Mundunga says, even though it's just a baseline, not a big fan of the baseline that's been shown so far. Bridgewater's issues so far have been lack of chemistry. Locks has not. Little nervous.
So I was going to come on this, Mike Mundungus. Go ahead and disagree or agree in the comments. Johnny, we're going to make a banner to tell people. So when the comments don't fill up, we're going to make a banner that says comment, agree, disagree. We want to hear you. But I saw a tweet. I'm sorry for not giving you credit. I wish I knew who you were, or I wish I remembered. They said Teddy Bridgewater has more chemistry with Jerry Jeudy because the way he throws the ball. And they described him as more of a floater, more of anticipation. And Jerry Jeudy's routes and his role is more of across the middle, a drag route, a slot. And that all depends on anticipation of the linebacker, anticipation of the safety. When going across the middle, you don't not necessarily have to throw a bullet all the time. Who made that? John, did you make that? That was fast. This is why I love this guy. But and Drew Lock is more of a bullet guy. And if you notice, out of all the receivers that he has chemistry with, he has more chemistry with Noah Fant, especially in the red zone, Alberto, the tight ends, and Cortland Sutton. Because those receivers, the routes they run,
Tim Patrick, I think he's got some pretty good chemistry.
And their role and their routes depend on hard throws.
Jerry Jeudy is an expert route runner. Period.
Yes.
Oh, real quick, I want to show off my shirt since it is Father's Day. I didn't do this earlier. Check out my shirt my kids got me.
Was that wasn't this Father's Day? That was last.
No, it was last year. But you know what?
I thought so.
So I love this shirt. Anyway,
that's a fantastic shirt.
Thank you. Great for Father's Day for sure. Yeah, you repping that jersey. So anyway, here we go. So Jeudy is a very good route runner. I mean, excellent. He's a human. You know, I mean, you remember those toys where you took a Sharpie and you drew a line and then there was like this little car that had like a sensor underneath. You turn it on, and as soon as it hit that line, it would follow that line perfectly. Around.
Johnny, what the hell are you talking about? You're showing your age. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Whatever. It was like these little cars. It was like these little like motorized car, and you draw a line, and you draw like a line with a Sharpie, and as soon as the little car would meet that black line, it would see it and it would follow it no matter what you drew.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jerry Jeudy. You give him a line. And he knows that line. That's exactly what he's got to run. And this is exactly where the ball is going to hit him. He'll catch it 10 times out of 10.
Alamo, your comment is directly parallel to Mundungus' comment, which says, so Alamo says, Bridgewater has developed great chemistry with Jeudy. And Mundungus says, Jeudy is a timing and touch wide receiver, and Bridgewater is a timing and touch quarterback.
Yes.
Now, I have a question for you guys after we go through these, but I have a question regarding that. So, Mobad, hashtag Dark Knight, says, let's like this video. So, everybody stop. Like this video, okay?
Freeze. Subscribe.
So,
like the video.
There it is. So,
no, we're not done yet. We're not. Right? Okay, we're good. Go.
All right, we're good. So, my question to Broncos country is, would you prefer a quarterback who's got timing and touch and can get your slot receiver the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you like Drew Lock, who has zip and can get it to the tight end, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Alberto? Now, last year we saw him get the ball to Jerry Jeudy. It may not have been always on time. The accuracy, Pat Shurmur did say his accuracy is improving.
Pat Shurmur said he's improved overall over last season.
So he said his footwork,
not that I take a lot of Pat
his
Shurmur
accuracy, his footwork, his accuracy, and his timing. Now, we didn't hear much compliments from Drew Lock from Pat Shurmur about Drew Lock last year. But this year he seems more open to, hey, I've seen this, and this. Now,
what he has said mostly is that he's greatly improved over last season.
Yes.
That was like the biggest comment we've gotten from Pat Shurmur on Drew.
Yes. So Broncos country, take away the name Teddy Bridgewater, take away the Drew Lock name. Take away what you've seen from them. Would you rather have a touch and time quarterback, as Mundungus said, or would you rather have a zip rocket arm from a quarterback? Which one would you prefer to have? Now, look, the zip quarterback has more chemistry with the tight end and the X and Z receivers. Now,
true.
The touch and time quarterback has chemistry with the slot receiver,
the wide receiver. Yeah,
I'd assume the tight ends, and sometimes the outside receivers. Which one would you prefer? Which one brings more progress, and which one moves the ball down the field more? Which one would you prefer to have? Take away the names.
Look, I'll go ahead and answer it while we get some of those comments. I'll put it up there real quick. That everybody comments on that. Agree or disagree. So yeah, but look here. I'm gonna go ahead and give my answer real quick. Okay.
Bring up Mundungus.
Okay, fine. Zip or a rocket arm isn't as important as touch and accuracy. That's something Locke will have to learn from Teddy if he wants to win the starting spot. Now, that being said, Mundungus also said this, and this is where I was going with this. Elway had a bullet of a pass, but he knew when to throw with touch rather than zip.
Johnny, stop.
Would you stop it?
I will say this. I've been watching a lot more Elway highlights. Damn, that man is good. And one thing that he did is he tapped the ball before he throws it. And Drew Lock does the same thing. But Elway has one of the best bullet passes I have ever seen. And I've been watching a lot more of him.
Here's the thing.
Why he's great.
Elway knew when to like throw a laser and when to rein it in. He was now granted Elway, his first few seasons he were rough for Elway, but he definitely learned. And once he learned, man, so there it is. It took Elway a long time to hit short touch passes, but he got it. Once he had it, man, like he could throw that ball 90 yards down the field, or he could throw a quick slant, a perfect, slant route. He was
Johnny. You were alive. That's what. Thank you, Dave. God damn it, Dave. You are the man.
Don't use the language.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
Go chastise yourself and pay into the swear jar.
I was excited because Dave Glassman
This is a family show.
Question. You're a family show. So I was just about to ask Dave. I was just about to ask you, Johnny, and Dave answered it. What was the thing called when Elway spiral hit you? It was called an Elway cross.
Elway cross.
And I think Drew Lock has the potential. He taps the ball before he throws it, just like Elway did. And he throws a bullet and he throws it hard. And it's called an Elway's.
LA
EJ,
Cross.
welcome
EJ is in the house, the purveyor and creator of the name for our fan base, the NRW crew. What's up, EJ? How you doing, brother?
EJ, welcome
Good
in.
to see
EJ,
you.
we need a nickname for you. I'm thinking.
Mundunga said it.
EJ.
Swear jar, Isaiah. This is a family show. We don't curse in here. God, you better go. Like take a ruler to the back of your hand or something.
I don't think I own a jar.
Well, make it a glass.
Oh, it's downstairs and there's a bunch of change in it. Okay, I got it.
You better be going paying $1 to that for that word. Okay. Landon Clark, into the jar it goes.
Hey, don't come after me. I'm the Dark Knight. Okay, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, even the Dark Knight had the cops after him sometimes.
Wait, we're talking about the movie with Martin. For some reason, okay, excuse me,
Batman.
Batman Dark Knight is Batman, but I keep confusing Dark Knight with
Black
the movie
Knight
Martin
is the
Lawrence
movie with
was
Martin
in.
Lawrence.
Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, comment Dark Knight or Black Knight. I don't care.
Dark Knight.
So you like Dark Knight better than Black Knight?
Absolutely. I'm blacker
I
than
will
you.
say this. Hold on. My wife's not here.
You gotta stop saying that. That's the third time you said it. She's gonna show up now. Poof.
In the movie Black Knight, that princess, she was pretty fine. So
Isaiah,
I kind of like Black Knight more than Dark Knight.
Stop talking before a pair of amazing hands come and grab your shoulders and rip you out of the screen.
I will immediately go to sleep. I will immediately go to sleep. Up. She wouldn't know.
There it is. You may be the Dark Knight, but Landon is the boss's son. Just saying.
Okay.
That's right. Hey, thank you for joining us, Landon. It's good to see you, buddy. Hey, real quick, I want to give a quick
you have not commented.
Would you
agreed
stop
or disagree?
Interrupting me for the love of God?
We asked them to do the comment for the.
I know.
They haven't done it yet.
I know, but I've got something else I was gonna say. Good Lord, bro.
I hate him.
I want to give him a shout out. No, you take yourself away. I want to give a huge shout out to Dave Glassman. I shouted this out on Twitter, but I want to say this. The other night, Thursday night, the Mile High mailbag on Mile High Huddle, MHH, with Chad Jensen and Zach Kelberman, our buddy here, Dave Glassman, commented and said Mile High 5. And they were like, and both Chad and Zach were like, wow, that's awesome. The Mile High 5? I've never heard of that before.
What?
So, yeah, I've never heard that before. And I was like, it's time to teach MHH how to Mile High 5. So, Dave, you have opened the door. We are spreading this thing. We are spreading the Mile High 5. We're just going to do one right now just to pump us up in the middle of the show and have some fun. You ready? Mile High 5! That was awful. Anyway.
First off, you're frozen, so Wi-Fi screwed that up. Hey, Johnny Mundungus, what do you think about getting Dave something? Johnny, what do you think about coming together and getting Dave something? Because he's our number one fan.
I mean, he's cool. He's cool. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it between, or after the show.
Dave, you're on our minds.
There's so we've been seeing progress from Drew Lock, and we've been seeing progress from Teddy Bridgewater too. He's been making some great connections with like Drew Lock. We already said it. He's got a bullet arm. He's got a laser. He sets it. He puts it right where he wants to put it. Teddy is more, and Jerry Jeudy actually said this in his presser. He said Teddy Bridgewater is more of a floater. He floats the ball in. Drew's will hit you. Drew's will hit you hard. Teddy's is kind of like, there it is, got it. So that's why him and Jerry Jeudy are so perfect for one another. Is that he just he puts it right on the spot. So
for a slot receiver like Jerry Jeudy, Teddy Bridgewater
he's not just a slot, but he.
So last year he played on the outside of the numbers because Cortland Sutton was injured. Now that Cortland Sutton is back and presumably healthy, you also have Tim Patrick. Jerry Jeudy is going to play predominantly slot. He may play some outside the numbers, but he's going to get more yards, more receptions playing inside the numbers. As a slot receiver. And Teddy Bridgewater being Teddy Two Gloves, being a floater, that works perfectly with the slot. Johnny, I have to step out for 30 seconds. Excuse me.
That's fine. Mundungus says Jeudy is a first-round pick, so I think having chemistry with Jeudy is a big deal. You also have to remember Teddy has chemistry after only a few weeks with the team, which I do not deny. And the thing about Teddy Bridgewater, boss man, is that, is that he has chemistry with just about everybody he meets. He's just that kind of a person. I mean, I don't think there's that many people out there that really have anything bad to say about him as a person or whatever. He's got chemistry with just about everybody. I'm not saying, I am still in Locke's camp. I still believe, boss, that Drew Lock is going to be, is going to be the guy going into the season. I really do. I think he's going to take that step forward that we just have not seen yet. And I can't wait to see it. But either way, I root for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back, ultimately. So whoever ends up being our quarterback, I've got their back. I've got their back, and I will be rooting for them. That being said, there we go. You're back.
What up?
So we've talked about the progress at quarterback. We've heard some things there. We heard that Pat Shurmur, even though I really hope we hear about some progress from the coaching staff, about the coaching staff. Like, I swear, if the play calling, the time management, it has got to get better too. So let's hope we hear about some progress soon on, from the players about the coaches. That's what I want to hear.
Hey, Johnny. So I saw a poll on Twitter, and Broncos Twitter, and I think it was about 2,500 votes. And the question was, who do you think is going to be QB1 come, the season? And it was like 80% Drew, 20% Teddy. So, hey, Broncos country, if you're listening, go ahead and tell us in the comments. Actually, Gary Neighbors, thank you, Gary. Gosh, the timing is great today. Gary Neighbors, personally, it's a name I've never seen before. So, Gary, if this is your first time in, welcome, brother. Thank you. We're glad to have you. Feel free to comment, agree, disagree with whatever you like. We're here for it. Thank you, brother. Welcome.
Gary Neighbors. Well, I've seen Gary Neighbors. I believe I've seen you a bunch on MHH.
Okay.
I believe.
So, Gary,
hey, it's awesome to have another from the MHH family in the house.
So,
welcome, Gary. Stop, freeze. Gary, subscribe. Like. Okay.
Comment. You already did.
I know you just did it. I know you just did it, Gary, so we're good. All right. So anyway.
Gary Neighbors, I have a nickname. So most people that come in here, Gary, get nicknames. I'm in the works and has something with neighborhood and a neighbor. So that's rolling in my head right now. But I was just about to ask Broncos country. Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, who do you think is going to be the QB1 right now? Mundungus has got mixed feelings. He's commented both on Drew Lock and Teddy. If you're in here right now, say
Alamo's already answered us. Alamo's already given his prediction. Despite Lock's struggles, he believes it will be Lock's job to lose. So
okay, so he said Lock. Gary said Lock. Okay, so we got two. We need you guys to come in here and let us know, Drew or Teddy. And if you want to, go in depth and tell us why. All right, guys.
Dave Glassman saying Lock. Mundungus is saying Bridgewater.
I knew.
EJ says, "Don't you dare curse again, or we will have to take away the clean rating of this show."
I literally didn't. You're not my mother.
You literally almost did.
Mama
I'm your best friend. I'm your best
friend
and basically your mother. EJ also says Teddy B, Shadow Jacker, the Black Knight, formerly known as the Dark Knight. Huh.
Interesting.
Awesome. Interesting. So. All right. It seems like
Lock all day.
Shadow Jacker Lock all day.
Yep, so far, Drew Lock is winning. Now, Johnny, what's your personal?
My personal? Drew Lock.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny, let me finish before you can.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I know you so well. I just figure like I could answer on my own.
Tell us why.
Tell you why. Again, it goes back to the things that I've said all off season is that Drew Lock, yes, he's had his struggles, and there's been a lot of adversity, and a big part of those struggles were adversity, were things that just didn't go right, which is, we all know, we all understood. But I still believe we have yet to see anywhere near what his ceiling is. Teddy's been in the league for a long time now, and I feel like we pretty much know what we've got in Teddy. I mean, yes, and before you throw it in there, Mundungus, because I know you're going to. I am not taking anything away from his wins with the Saints. Okay, I get it,
which was impressive.
It was impressive, but it does not. But we've seen him for how many seasons? How many seasons now? 8, 9 seasons now that Teddy B has been in the league. It's not like there's much left for us to see. Okay. So I believe that the floor that Drew Lock is still standing, much closer to his floor while Teddy B has pretty much has hit the top. We've seen what we can from him. I think with one he's got a good Drew Lock's got a good mentor. Okay, Bridgewater, we already talked about how Teddy B has has excellent chemistry with the team, and that includes with Drew Lock. And unlike Joe Flacco, who literally straight up said, "I am not teaching him. I don't want to teach him. I don't want to teach him anything." Teddy is very, he's giving advice and he's stepping up and he's being not just a good teammate, but a good pal to Drew. And I think he's teaching him a lot. And therefore, I think with Locke's natural ability and what he's got good, what he's good at, and the mentorship of someone who's been in the league for a while, like Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock is going to find his stride. He's going to step up, and we're going to see a whole new side that we haven't seen. And that's why I think Drew Lock.
Okay. So before I comment and say mine, so Johnny, Gary, I think I got your nickname. So it's between two. So the first one that popped up was Mr. Rogers.
I was already going to say it, Mr. Rogers.
But, okay, so Johnny's on Mr. Rogers. Gary, let us know because ultimately up to you. But I kind of like State Farm. Because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yes! Yes. So I like a good neighbors, State Farm is there. So Gary, you let us know if you like Mr. Rogers or State Farm. Those are the options. If you have something better, let us know. But when it comes down to the quarterback competition, it's between I'm in the middle. Johnny, can
I'm just seeing I'm now picturing Gary in that picture wearing
Jake from State Farm,
wearing red shirt and khakis. And I'm just thinking
Gary from State Farm.
Hello, Gary from State Farm. What are you wearing? Khakis. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
I know. I'm sorry. Topic. So that's my fault. So I'm on the fence because.
Yeah, and there we go.
There might be a Twitter bias.
Thank you, Little Wizard. I'm sorry, Landon. I know that that's what I'm calling you because your dad is the Broncos wizard. So you are Little Wizard. Thank you, Little Wizard. He says, I don't care about which one. I just care if they succeed. Amen.
Yes, I agree. So I'm okay with either. I'm on the fence because I like the improvement Drew has made. But yes. Teddy's come in, and I don't know if it's a Twitter bias, but it seems like Teddy's come in and just he's got chemistry. Immediately they say he's a great leader.
But like I said,
now what I will say this: Melvin Gordon has made it clear. Melvin Gordon picks Teddy over Drew. I can see that. Jerry Jeudy, I think because the touches and the catches he gets, he lets
Teddy hit 5 3-pointers.
Skinny Bob.
So do you get that, Isaiah? Did you see
because
any of the video?
Drew used to be a basketball player.
No, well, not just that. We saw when on the last day of minicamp, Coach Fangio decided to give them a field day instead of
I saw that.
practice.
Mm-hmm.
And there was video, like they the media was there and they got video of them having fun and they were playing basketball and Drew was sinking threes like Carmelo Anthony, baby. He used to be a basketball player. Yeah. Oh, I know. Legit. He was getting Division I scholarship offers.
And he chose football.
For basketball, he chose football. But I'm just saying, like he was hitting some of those threes. You didn't even see, like it was, what's that? What's the word for it, Isaiah? The perfect swish where the net doesn't even move.
Swish, wet, money.
Sure, whatever.
There's 1,000 names.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a make or break year for Locke. I agree, Alamo. A year make or break year, and this year will determine if Denver moves forward and pays him. Agreed. I want to move on from the quarterback position though, because we're at 45 minutes. I didn't
give my opinion.
Oh, you're right. Give yours. Give
quick.
yours. Sorry,
so I'm on the fence. So I don't know if it's a Twitter bias, but from what I've heard, Teddy Bridgewater's come in and he's established rapport. He's a good leader. He's making good throws. Now I've also heard Drew's stepped up. Pat Shermer said, "Hey, he's improved everywhere." And one thing that makes me now, if I'm on the fence and if the wind blows, I'm gonna fall to the Drew side. The reason why is because, like Johnny said, we've seen what Teddy Bridgewater can do. 5-0 with the Saints. But what I think Teddy's the type of person, if everything falls into place, he's great. But I'd rather depend on Drew for a game-winning drive than Teddy Bridgewater.
Why?
Me personally, you can disagree.
I'm just.
I saw
why.
from the Saints game, not the Saints game. I'm sorry, the Chargers game, because there's just something about it. There's that competitive spirit that's like, this is it. I want to do it. And Teddy Bridgewater's been in the league for a while, and I remember him going 5-0 with the Saints, but I've never really heard Teddy Bridgewater comes back from a game-winning drive. Teddy Bridgewater's clutch.
I think
and when we watch that Broncos
in his career, he's only had one fourth quarter. Only one fourth.
Drew
quarter.
Lock hasn't been in the league. Hasn't been in the league for that long. But that game against the Chargers, when they drove down the field and won by 1, and he threw it to KJ Hamler. He went to work.
It was beautiful.
He checked down to Melvin Gordon, and me and Johnny were on the phone when that was happening the whole time.
Yeah, it was one of those times we were able to be together, like actually in the same room.
He checked down to Melvin Gordon several times when he needed to, and then he rolled out and threw it to KJ Hamler. When it was the last game against the Raiders, we lost that game. But he stepped up in the pocket, and he threw like a 93-yard touchdown to Jerry Jeudy when it needed to be. I can't, based off what I've seen from Teddy Bridgewater, and a lot of people saying he doesn't like to stretch the field. He doesn't like to go deep. That's okay. You don't have to every time. But when it comes to
you got to be willing to take some risks, though.
Yes, and I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is that guy because we've never heard Teddy Bridgewater goes down for a 45-yard pass to.
No, he's a safe bet. He's a safe bet.
He's a safe bet. And when it comes down to it, and Broncos country over the last 3 years was complaining about, I'm tired of getting a quarterback who doesn't want to take a chance. Throw the ball down the field. And
but I mean, the
against
problem is
Teddy Bridgewater in
right
Carolina, he
and
threw
two
touchdowns. Yeah. He threw 2 touchdowns to KJ Hamler where he threw it. He hiked the ball. KJ Hamler beat the cornerback. He threw a good pass to over the safety. KJ Hamler scored. He also threw a post route to KJ Hamler. He's more than willing to take a chance. Now the question is, can he hone that down and to recognize the defense and say, hey, this is the time to take a chance. This is the time to not. Consistency. And this is where EJ comes in. Blue Moon.
Okay, so
flashes,
no, because Dave asked what we're drinking today. So there you go, Dave. I'm drinking Blue Moon. Isaiah's rocking our traditional Corona today. So I agree with that's why I brought this up. EJ, Lock flashes,
Dave, what
but
are
he's
you
inconsistent.
drinking?
He can throw a dime down the seam one play and then throw a pick on the next play. And that he's not wrong. You're not wrong, EJ. That's true.
He's not.
Consistency's been a problem, but I really think the pieces are there for him this season. Like as I don't know if you remember, I've talked about it. I know Isaiah knows, and a lot of the people that have been with us for a while know. My wife and I, we're Mizzou alumni, so I've been watching Drew since he was since he was in college, since he was a freshman, and I've always loved him. He struggled in college too. When he was at his best though was when he was in a repeat system. He broke records when he got to repeat in a system. I think the pieces are in place this season for him to flash consistently. So there you go. Flash has been inconsistent. I think this season the pieces are there for him to flash consistently. Dave is drinking his everything rhymes with orange. That's what's up, Dave.
Dave, please send us a picture on any of our social medias. Let me see what that is. Because
Google
if they said Johnny, I'm trying to do something, okay? I want to see that because I think I want that to be the official drink of Nothing Rhymes. EJ, you're correct. Consistency is a problem with Drew. I don't want to make excuses, but I'm going to spit facts. Pat Shurmur said himself, and Drew Lock said himself. Drew said, I was focusing more on learning the playbook than I was the little things in the offseason. And as we see, there's an equal balance between the playbook and your fundamentals, footwork, accuracy, following through, stepping up in the pocket. That's something you need to have as a quarterback. And Drew and Pat Shurmur said themselves, he was, because of the lack of offseason, it was more about just learning the playbook. Excuse me. So he knows the plays, but his fundamentals aren't down. Yeah, and therefore the playbook is rendered useless if you can't follow through, if you can't step up in the pocket, if you can't make that throw. So, and then again, it's vice versa. The playbook, the fundamentals are useless if you don't even know the playbook. You could have the best amount of fundamentals in the game, but if you don't know the playbook, then the routes the receivers are running are useless. Then the defense that they throw at you is useless because you don't know the playbook. So I think there's a balance. And I think this, like all the coaches said, this playbook, this offseason is useful because now those fundamentals that they didn't get last year, they're finally getting in. You throw in the playbook, and I think there's going to make a difference. But EJ, I don't disagree with you. Consistency is huge.
Mundungus says this here. Taking a chance doesn't mean bombing it down the field. With the wide receivers we have, the QBs can throw it 20 yards down the field and let them run with it and get yards after catch. And I don't disagree.
Jared Jeudy 96-yard touchdown is a great example. Okay,
I agreed. I don't disagree, but I believe I believe he's going to come into his own. I really do. I do. I want to move on from quarterback though because we want to talk team progress, and we're already 52 minutes in. We've spent like half an hour on quarterback. EJ says I'm having a cold Corona cerveza. Cheers, guys. Here's to you, EJ. Usually I've got Corona. Today I've got Blue Moon. All right, so hey, let's move on to some other areas of progress. The secondary, dude.
Hold on. Sorry, Johnny.
What?
Alamo, we didn't forget you. And you're correct. Locke ran no huddle at Mizzou and has done well with no huddle in Denver. So why not run it more? That's what me and Johnny talked about this. And I believe, if I'm correct me, Broncos country, Johnny, I believe I'm correct. That Chargers game when we came back, that entire, almost the entire last 2 drives was no huddle.
Yes.
Hold on. Gary commented on his Farmers Neighbors.
All right.
Gary, Farmers Neighbors is set in stone. We're good. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That comeback against the Chargers was the majority. I don't think every single play was no huddle, but I think the vast majority of plays he ran on that field were no huddle. I don't think he's where he needs to be yet to run an entirely no huddle offense. But I think when the chips are down and the moment's right, the no huddle is going to be, he'll be able to run. That's going to be no huddle pretty decent. I do believe that. So please, can we move on from quarterback now, please? Please.
For now.
Thank God. All right.
I'll allow it.
Oh, will you? I'm just going to drop you. I'm just going to drop you from the show. Anyway, I can find you. I know where you live. Anyway,
I don't even know.
I do. Whatever. Anyway, so I want to talk about some other areas of progress. The secondary. The secondary. Look, we don't even need to go crazy into it, but that's where progress was needed the most. One of the areas where the progress was needed the most progress. And
Johnny,
we made
Johnny, you remember when we said we were going to come up with a nickname for the new secondary? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm thinking air traffic.
It doesn't
control.
matter. Yeah, but say somebody already came up with it before us. It's air traffic control.
Yeah.
Somebody already beat us to it. So
it is what it is. But anyway, look, the secondary was a place that was in dire need of progress. Progress. That's right. And we made and I mean George Payton came in and boy has he made some changes that were just phenomenal. Right now, going into the season, some analysts are actually putting out there in articles and stuff that the Broncos secondary is number one post draft or before the season started. Pre-training camp.
Johnny, who was the PFF put out something for the top 2 corners, and it was
I don't remember.
Patrick Surtain was one of them. Broncos country. Remember. Who was the second one?
I'm not gonna.
So the fact that Patrick Surtain, a rookie, was put in there as the top 2, and the Broncos were put in there as like the top 3 cornerback or secondary is astounding.
Oh, look at this. So, Landon says, "I'm having fresh cold water." That's right. That's right, Landon. You're not here yet. You'll get there though, and I don't.
Johnny, how old is he?
I don't remember how old Landon is.
Is he not 21?
No, definitely not.
Okay. I'm just asking a question. Gosh, dude. Don't bite my head off.
Well, it's Mundungus' son.
I don't know how old Mundungus is. He has 37 of them. That could be any age. Hey, hydrate, Landon. Hydrate.
Anyway, so he's 12. Thank you. Landon is 12. Our youngest fan, I think. Youngest fan.
With those comments and that much knowledge?
We love you, buddy. Yeah.
With that much knowledge, Landon? I'm impressed you're 12. I thought you were at least 16,
He lives with
17.
his dad. He lives with Mundungus. He hears it all the time.
Mundungus? hey, you're doing a good job because that young man has a lot of knowledge for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, you're smart,
I'm impressed.
buddy. You're very smart.
I'm
You're
impressed.
Very smart. All right, so let's go ahead and get off the. We don't even need to stay on the secondary train very long. The secondary has
keep
been
going. I like it. I like it.
No, I know, but there's other things I want to talk about. We're at the 56-minute mark. We already know. All right. Oh, what are they going to do with Michael O? He's 5th on depth. He's going to.
They haven't even mentioned him. Our secondary is so stacked and ready to go. They put Ronald Darby in with the ones Kyle Fuller, Bryce Callahan, and Patrick Surtain. Yeah. He hasn't even been talked about.
Nope.
Like it's
special teams.
A good problem to have.
Special teams. That's where
our
he wants to stay on this roster. He wants to stay on this roster. He wants to keep making waves on the Broncos. It's going to have to probably be on special teams, at least for now.
Michael O will get playing time. I guarantee it. EJ says can't wait to see PS2 and preseason games. Boys fire. I've heard. Now, I don't think Jerry Jeudy's been destroying him. I think there's some things we're missing, but I've heard nothing of great things about the Alabama boys, the Bama boys.
Look, PS2 coming in. I have heard nothing from the media, nothing from coaches, nothing from any players negative. He is
love you, Glenn.
He is the best, and I'm so excited. Shadow Jacker, he's having a Jose Cuervo in a dirt glass.
Okay, I know what Jose Cuervo is. What is a dirt glass?
I think he's saying a dirty
glass.
Is
that glass with dirt in it?
I think he's saying a dirty glass.
Dirt. Dirty glass. Are you eating dirt?
So Ed Donatel said the other day he expects Michael O to take big steps this year as good cornerbacks generally thrive year 2. So there you go. That'd be exciting. Alamo says, Darby, Fuller, Callahan, Surtain, Jackson, and Simmons is a dream team secondary, and I do not disagree.
Alamo, you're not the only one in the NFL. USA Today and PFF have agreed to the same thing. Now, what I will say, Broncos country, is if you notice, Drew Lock has thrown picks mainly to one person. Who is that person? Simmons. Johnny, answer.
The number 1 safety in the NFL.
Who USA Today
Simmons.
And PFF agreed is the number 1 safety unanimously. So he's thrown interceptions to the number 1 safety in the league. So, and this secondary is air traffic control, ATC. This secondary ATC is on some, and Kyle Fuller, I think it was Kyle Fuller said the same thing. He said, I expect nothing less than number 1. If so, number 2 or number 3. So, I mean, you put Von Miller and Bradley Chubb to put pressure, Mike Purcell, Shelby Harris, and Draymond Jones to put pressure on the inside. And you got a second dirty glass. Okay, I thought you were drinking dirty glass.
All right, so since now we know it's Jose Cuervo in a dirty glass, I have to do this. Vive Cuervo! Had to. Done. Anyway.
Dirty glass! Muy sucio.
Anyway. All right, so let's move on. O-line. O-line has progress. What have we seen? I've heard some pretty amazing things about Calvin Anderson.
I haven't heard that. Where did you hear that?
I can't remember. I don't remember who was saying. I don't remember who was saying it, but I've heard a lot of there have been a lot of pressers and people have been talking about Calvin Anderson, especially right now with Bobby Massey's pec strain.
I didn't know Bobby Massey got injured. He has an
injury history. He has an injury history. 1, 2. Yeah, he strained his pec. Over a week ago. So. I mean, obviously, we still have Cam Fleming, so he might be able to, he might get it. But I've been hearing like that, based on everything he's been learning, Calvin Anderson, especially learning from Garrett Bowles, and there Glenn says it. Bowles loves Calvin.
Well, this offseason, Calvin was tweeting some things like, "Hey, I'm hungry. I'm working. Look, keep your eyes open for me." You think Calvin? From what you told me and from what I've seen, Calvin Anderson might be the starting right tackle. He seems hungry. He seems like he's working. I think he also sees his opportunity, which is more motivation. Mm-hmm. Comment, guys. Johnny, pull up the banner.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Comment, agree or disagree.
Right tackle. Who you got? Calvin Anderson. I like Calvin Anderson before the season started. We got Bobby Massey, Calvin Anderson. We also have a free agent that we picked up. Who you guys thinking? I think, okay, so I also heard, I forgot who it was that gave a great comeuppance and compliment to Lloyd Cushenberry. But I think Q, he goes by the name Q, whatever. Q, everybody's talking about Q. And your opinion, guys, who's the starting right tackle? Who's the starting center? Lloyd Cushenberry, Q. You guys let us know.
Good question. I personally, I want to see Quinn. I want to see Miners. I want to see Q. But
hold on, they jumped in. They jumped in immediately.
Yes,
oh my
I know.
gosh. So
he just hoping
so
for
Farmers
Miners.
Neighbors says Javanese. What did you mean, Javante?
I think he means Javante.
Javante won't be number one. Farmers.
I think he will be. I think he will be by halfway through the season.
I think he's going to get a lot more playing time than we realize. I think Melvin Gordon is going to get number one. I don't think Javante will be number one starting.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they're going to give Melvin Gordon number one, and he's going to fumble it a lot. He's going to fumble number one a lot.
I think Javante Williams
is going to pick it up. Javante
Williams. I agree. EJ says I wanted Trevor Diggs instead of KJ Hamlin.
Trayvon. It's Trayvon Diggs.
Whatever. Trayvon Diggs instead of KJ Hamlin last year's second round of the draft. Imagine Surtain with Diggs as our corners. Interesting. But I like KJ Hamlin. I like what he's done. So Mundungus comes in. He gives the starting. He says Bowles, left tackle. Reisner, left guard. Miners is center. Glasgow is right guard. And Massey as right tackle. But doesn't Massey have an injury?
Well, but he should be back by training camp.
Yeah, so 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So he has time to heal up. So
nurse that.
Hey, Skinny Bob, come in and give us specifics. Me personally, I'm unsure what you're saying. Alamo says Massey has been injured, like you said, Johnny. Fleming has been struggling, opening door for Anderson. I think Calvin Anderson is the sneaky one. Skinny Bob says Pokey is for real.
Pookie.
I don't know who Pokey is.
He means Pookie. He's talking about Javante Williams, Pookie Williams.
Oh, I hate that name. I hate that. But I've heard he's actually
legit. Hey, NRW crew, Isaiah hates the name Pookie. So everybody, we're using Pookie from now on.
That's not my name.
All right?
Oh, okay. So EJ says...
Hey, Pookie, I was still talking, Pookie.
I don't know who you're referencing.
I'm referencing you, Pookie.
But he's not here. EJ says, I hope Miners beats out Kush to be the starter. We need a monster at center. EJ, I agree. Something about Miners in his belly. I'm just like, yo,
it's the beast. The belly of
the
beast.
Everybody says Kush is a leader and he's smart. I think that his rookie year was so. I mean, it's going to be a good competition at center.
Yes, but he doesn't knock down trees.
We haven't seen him in the woods yet.
No, you're right. You're right. But Quinn Miners is like Paul Bunyan out there just pushing trees over.
That dude is massive, and he just looks like he was born strong.
Oh, there you go. Shadow Jacker says your new nickname is Pookie Knight.
That's not no.
No, it is. It's happened. It's too late. You've already lost. Oh, Pookie. What's wrong, Pookums? What's wrong, Pookums?
Johnny, I will come up with the most disrespectful nickname you've ever heard in your entire life if you get them to call me that.
Oh, buddy.
So going back, Dave says, Mundunga says, I think they leave Anderson as backup LT. Ooh, there isn't really another tackle on the roster that can be that swing tackle and play both sides. Anderson plays better at LT. I don't see you being wrong. I think because we've picked up some more right tackles that if Garrett Bowles goes down and Anderson has more experience at left tackle, I can see that. I don't see you being wrong. Dave Glassman says, Dave, my man, our man, Johnny, don't say it. Dave says he thinks Kush over Miners. Even though, if I'm correct, Dave, in your profile, is that a Miners jersey? Is that a Miners jersey?
No, it has Dave's last name, Glassman.
I like it. Alamo says
jersey like ours.
Alamo says Cushenberry and Miners needs a year to adjust. I like that. I think we give Cushenberry one more year, halfway through the season. If it's not working out like last year, too much interior pressure, Miners steps up. I can see that. Dave says Miners, swing guard / center won't start this season. I agree.
I think he's going to take it over the midseason. I really do.
That's what I said. If Cushenberry keeps letting in interior pressure and can't pick up the blitz or the rush, I see Miners stepping up and just destroying.
They're going to be like, hey,
Mundungus,
Quinn, hey, Q, get in there and stick your belly in front of him. So.
Mundungus says more excited to see Javonte Williams number 1
Pookie
and
Williams
Boone number 2 than Gordon number 1 and Williams number 2. I haven't heard much about Mike Boone since we got him. I heard. So what I did hear was from who was it? I heard it wasn't Tom McMahon. I think it was Vangio that said Mike Boone's more of a special teams player. I think he said that in his press conference.
In OTAs, Mike Boone has been impressing.
I've heard Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon come back.
I think strong. It was. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mundungus. It was on the Thursday night pod with Cody Rourke when he was on. He I think he's the one that said that Mike Boone has been turning some heads in OTAs.
I say Mike Boone RB3.
Possibly, but I mean, I don't know. The only game he's actually ever gotten to play
was that
a full game. He had 100. He rushed for over 146 yards.
There's more film on Javonte than there is on Mike.
Agreed. So anyway,
Farmers says Quinn Miners.
Mm-hmm. Pookie Knight.
Shadowjacker says nothing. He didn't say anything at all. Dave is laughing. EJ said, hold on.
Pookie will take some of Merlot's reps.
I don't know who. Okay.
Merlot. It's what Gordon was drinking the night he got his DUI.
Oh.
Merlot.
I like that. It says his last name is his year of birth.
It's the jersey in his profile.
Yeah, his jersey. Alamo says Boone is going to be a fan favorite. Interesting. Alamo, tell us why. Tell us why. You think because right. So who do you think replaces Philip Moore? Pookie?
Pookie yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's hard. It's really hard because here's the thing about Pookie. He's fast. He's fast. He's got I don't know if he's Lindsey fast, but he's fast. Quick. But the thing about him is that he will take routes that most running backs won't. I don't remember who it was. It was another player on North Carolina said this about him. He will run routes that most running backs would avoid. Because he knows because he just has that ability to run right through people.
But I heard Javonte, 1, breaks tackles, 2, he's quick, 3, he picks up the pass.
That's what I'm saying.
Well.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah, he can catch. He can catch.
So I think Javonte has the upper hand on Mike Boone because he also brings a lot more to the table. Dave
I think he will
absolutely can lose his job, but I think Cush will start the season. I'd be more hopeful Miners taking Glasgow's job. Now I think Quinn Miners to Cushenberry is the same as Netani Mute is to Glasgow. I think Cushenberry and Glasgow start, but I think the fans want Miners and Muti to start. I think we have.
I'd love to see Muti. I can't wait to see Muti, but there may be another year before we see that because of the massive contracts that we're still paying to Graham Glasgow.
I think we have our fan favorites and Miners and Muti, but in reality, starting is going to be Cushenberry and Glasgow.
I think it'll be at least another year, Dave, before we see Muti starting at guard. Because at least for this season, we're still on the hook with a pretty hefty contract for Graham Glasgow. So I don't foresee us really, swapping him out there. So that being said,
Mundunga says Boone is penciled in his RB3, which I thought, and probably won't see much special teams reps. That's why they picked up those 2 new wide receivers that have return experience. So do you think? Mundunga, do you think Boone is going to be a practice squad running back? Preseason, I think they'll keep a lot of reps.
I think they'll keep him. I think they'll keep him on the roster as RB3.
No, he won't get cut. I'm not saying he's going to get cut.
You just said practice squad. You just said practice squad.
So during the season, there are specific positions set for practice.
You're either on the 53-man roster, you're on the practice squad, or you're cut.
No, so I'm not saying he's going to get cut. But I'm saying I don't think he's going to be on the 53.
But I don't think he's going to be. No, I think he's going to be on the 53-man roster as
an RB3.
Yes. The Broncos have fielded at least 3 running backs in the running back room on the 53-man roster for as long as I can remember. At least 3. Because they get hurt, dude.
Okay.
Imagine right now, we got Melvin Gordon and we got Pookie splitting reps, right? Melvin or Pookie gets hurt or something. We're not going to try to, and we don't want to have to try to run, whoever didn't get hurt into the ground by making them run every single play.
So we kept Levante Bellamy, right?
I don't know.
I think we did. I think Levante Bellamy.
I can't pretend to know that.
Levante Bellamy. I think Levante Bellamy stays practice squad, and I agree with you. Mike Boone stays practice squad.
There it is.
Not practice squad. I'm saying
Royce,
53-man roster.
There it is. Mundungus, thank you, buddy. Royce Freeman will be practice squad. Boone will be RB3 and gain reps as Gordon fumbles them away. Amen.
Royce Freeman just keeps dropping down the
It's sad. Okay, we are going to start rolling this back because we're at an hour and 12 minutes, but I'm going to say this. Poor Royce Freeman. I do feel for him. Okay, he came out of Oregon, the top rusher. I don't think it was in college history, but it was definitely in the history of the Ducks. He was incredible, but here's one thing about running backs that sucks. And I know because because I played the position. It unfortunately, running backs get used up. They get used up and they get used up fast. And that's why you don't see a whole lot of old running backs. It's not like you don't see them at the same age as some, veteran cornerbacks or even, linemen or whatever. You don't.
I disagree.
They get used up so much. And they do. Just look at the statistics.
I disagree. The reason why I disagree, head backwards, it's getting real.
Well, you know what? I gave you that hat, and since it's Father's Day, I'm glad I gave you that hat because you know who Daddy is.
Shut your mouth right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I disagree, I think Royce Freeman is a Shaquille Barrett / Devin Booker.
I disagree 100%. He's
the reason why I think he's not found the right team. I think he's not getting utilized correctly. Now, Royce Freeman is one of those. I think I can see Royce Freeman as kind of a Josh Jacobs. Strong, can run the ball if you need him, but he's not on a team that needs him. I don't think he's on a team that really needs his talent. And I think after this year, with Javonte Williams.
You okay, Pookie?
I don't know who you're talking to. I'm still.
It's just fun. It's just fun for this episode.
I'm gonna send you my location, Johnny. Let me send you my location real quick because that's where you got me effed up. You can use that. Okay. I think Royce Freeman is like a Devin Booker. Hasn't had Malik Reed. God, I'm screwing this up. Shaquille Barrett, excuse me, hasn't really found his team or his position yet.
Maybe,
so Royce Freeman came in when Philip Lindsay was off his second 1,000-yard rushing season, and then we brought in Melvin Gordon.
No. Royce Freeman was starting. Royce Freeman came in the same year as Philip Lindsay.
Yes, but Philip Lindsay took over.
Yes, he did, and unfortunately, he couldn't bounce back. Here's the thing: Royce Freeman came into the league, and he had so many snaps. He had played so many plays and ran so much in college. That once he got that injury, dude, he never returned to the form he would have been had he not gotten hurt there. And I think
he's recovered.
Change. I don't think that's going to change.
But I think that he's not on the right team. I think he'll be like a Deshaun Hamilton, like, okay, we had you for a couple of years. We don't really need you. Mundungus comes in with a great question. Here's my big question. Where do you see Hamler fitting in the wide receiver room? And there's one game that comes to mind, Mundungus, Carolina. He had 2 touchdowns against Carolina because of his speed. Now, where do we see him fitting in the? Let me do more research on the package. But what I see Hamler on is second down play action, 3rd and 4, meaning we can throw short to Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. But just in case the safety comes down and wants to play that short, KJ Hamler can go over the top.
I mean, he's obviously.
I think KJ Hamler. I think Jerry Jeudy gets more receptions, gets more yards, gets more touchdowns. He's more of a. I think this year Jerry Jeudy becomes more of a first 1/2 threat, meaning Cortland Sutton's coming back. But Jerry Jeudy can also, depending on the game, be the number one threat. I think Jerry Jeudy, I think KJ Hamler is that undercovered. What's that TikTok? I'm an international secret spy.
Stop. Just stop.
I think KJ Hamler is the secret spy. I think he's the secret spy. You don't pay attention to him because you got Jerry Jeudy, Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant in the game.
I agree. I agree on that front.
If you blink,
he's there.
KJ Hamler's there. I think KJ Hamler's there. I think his position.
KJ Hamler's like,
yes,
I'm here.
He can. So he's a Tyreek Hill. Except this is the Chiefs' problem going into the season. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. The NFL knows that. There's no question. When you play the Chiefs, you watch film on Travis Kelce. Yes, you watch film on Travis Kelce. You watch film on Tyreek Hill. But my question to you is Broncos country. Are other teams really watching film on KJ Hamler? Or are they watching film on Noah Fant, Courtland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy?
Not yet anyway.
KJ Hamler needs to remain quiet, improve, but be that 4-2, 4-3 secret weapon that they forget about, that they put an outside linebacker on and move the safety. So you put an outside linebacker on him and play man, but you move that safety over to Courtland Sutton. You move that safety over to Jerry Jeudy. Forgetting about him.
Okay. I think Hamler fits very well on. I agree with you. Second down play action in the Y. I believe he'd be a heck of a wide receiver,
as a slot receiver. Yes,
a slot receiver, wide receiver in the during like second, third down play action. It is what it is. He's a good player. I forgot to throw my bottle. He's a good player. I do agree.
Johnny.
This is my house. Don't you tell me what to do. I am your father. Anyway,
that's enough.
I know. EJ says, I think Hamler has drop issues and is injury prone. Being a smaller receiver, he gets punished. I don't disagree, but yes. I don't fully agree either.
Yeah. Yes and no. I think no and yes. I think last year the drops he had at I think was at Penn State transferred over to Jerry Jeudy. I don't think he had the drop issues we thought he had.
He didn't have the drop issues Jerry Jeudy did last year. No.
Injury, yes, because right now he's on the sideline because that same hamstring. So I will say yes.
But the thing about lower body injuries like that, they nag. They don't just. Never heal.
He's also smaller, and they say he's also put on some weight. Mundungus, yes.
Muscle though.
Yes.
Rotational with Jeudy at slot or rotating with Patrick. I agree. I think he could. I think. Look,
Patrick plays outside the numbers.
Hear me.
KJ isn't big enough.
Yes, he is. He's fast enough. Listen,
fast enough, not big enough.
Sorry. Not big enough. You're right. He's fast enough.
Yes.
Now, do I think that they're going to throw him in there all the time? No, but I think you put him over. You got Sutton playing the X, right? You're used to having Tim Patrick playing the Z. Okay,
I think that'd be great.
But every now and then, just like you said, because nobody's expecting it. Nobody's looking for KJ Hamler. Mm-hmm. You rotate and you throw KJ Hamler in at the Z. And you throw Jerry Jeudy in at the Y. Boom! They take off. Everybody's covering Courtland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy are they're getting double teamed. Here goes KJ Hamler busting down the field, breaking breaking out against the cornerback, and boom! I really believe it. Now,
Alamo, I agree with your first comment and not your second. So this is Alamo's first comment.
Okay.
I'd like to see Sutton and Patrick at wide receiver and Jeudy in the slot and add Hamlin when going a 4 receiver set versus his second comment.
Now,
if he was healthy, Hamlin would become a returner, placing Spencer and opening up a roster spot.
Agreed.
I agree with your first comment and not your second. I think Hamler would be I think he could be utilized as return, but I think he would be wasted at not using receiver. Now, your first comment, Sutton on the outside of the numbers, Patrick on the outside. You got your two bigs, 6'4", 6'5". And then you got Jeudy, your great route runner, and Hamler, your speedster. That is a perfect lineup to me. That's to me, that's second down. You lost 3 yards on the run. You come in, and this is your second down of game, 6-7 yards. You got your speedster, your route runner, your bigs. That is the perfect lineup. Third down, you take out Hamler. You replace Hamler with Fant or Alberto because you got to get 6-7 yards. Now, your second comment, I don't think so. I don't want to waste Hamler. No, KB82 in the house.
Yeah, I know. I was
KB82.
about to read that as our last comment of the day because we need to start rolling it back and get out of here.
Okay.
All right. So KB82, Kenny Booker, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you, my
Father's
friend.
Day, brother.
Happy Father's Day to you. Which Bronco do you think would do best in the UFC? So, you know what? Let's each answer this 2-tier. Which Bronco of all, like of the past, and which current Bronco player would be best in UFC? And then we'll answer that, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. So, Isaiah, why don't you answer first? All time
Bronco, Romanowski.
Really?
I really like that man.
I mean, he was incredible. He was incredible. I think. Oh, and now current Bronco and why?
Kareem Jackson. For some reason, I'm going defense and offense. I like people that can hit.
I think he'd be middle heavyweight. He'd probably be in middle heavyweight division.
That's not afraid to take contact.
Or light heavyweight.
Bill Romanowski, light heavyweight. One that's not afraid to take contact. So Bill Romanowski, K Jack's on the older side.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, no, I changed that. Not K Jack.
Okay.
I'm going on the younger side and likes to hit. Josie Jewell.
Really? Oh.
That hit he put on Derrick Henry, I'll never forget that.
It was pretty beautiful. It was pretty beautiful. All right. So I agree. Or I'm going to go and I'm going to give mine in all time Derek Wolf. I would have loved to see Derek Wolf in the UFC.
Darn it.
I don't know why. I would absolutely love to see Derek Wolf in the UFC. Although right now, current player, Natani Muti.
He took EJ's comment. He said Muti was
No, I didn't.
Feast.
What? I didn't see that.
Feast in the UFC.
I didn't even see that. I honestly didn't see that. I would take Natani Muti. Yep, because he's so fast and he just I feel like watching him, what I've seen of Natani Muti, he can take a hit like in addition to being so ridiculously strong,
he can
take a hit.
So Mununga says real quick, we're going to throw all these comments before we end.
This is our last.
Mununga says might have to give Sutton a breakthrough because he's coming off the ACL, so they might have to move Patrick over to spell Sutton and have him rotate with Patrick. That's a good problem to have. We have Patrick and Sutton.
Look,
in my opinion, I've always thought Patrick and Sutton are identical. Johnny disagrees.
No, I don't. But what I was going to say, so we can roll this back and get out of here. I agree with him. I absolutely think that's a great point. Here's the thing. Cornerback room and wide receiver room, we are so heavily stacked. The issues of last season where we don't have enough people in there to do what they would do, what we need, I think it'd be just, I don't know. We are stacked at the skill positions, especially cornerback and wide receiver right now. All right.
Told you. Romanowski and Muti are the main ones.
KB82, since it was his question, I'm going to finish with his comment here on this subject. KB82 says Von Miller because of his size and his speed. You know what? That's a good point. He's got a good point, though.
Him.
He's got the size. He's got the speed. I mean, and the thing is, I don't know how well
one leg kick because of his injury. One leg kick would destroy him. That's why I picked Muti, who's young and healthy. Maybe Romanowski, who's just an animal. The other one I considered. Don't get me wrong. Was not Kareem Jackson, Steve Atwater, because his hit on the Nigerian Beast.
Not just that.
I considered for a quick second Steve Atwater.
Steve Atwater's hit on the Nigerian Nightmare was like he laid that kind of hit on everybody, buddy. He didn't just hit that on Christian Okoye.
That's his most famous.
But the point, everybody remembers the hit because it was the first time we ever saw him lay that kind of a hit on somebody. Now, but after that, we just saw him hit people like that all the time. Just pow, pow,
for
pow.
Broncos country, EJ says Romo. He says Romo.
It's Romo.
Fingers.
Would spit in fighters' faces.
So it's Romanowski and Natani Muti are the easy consensus.
I agree. All right, so we're going to start to roll it back, guys. This has been a hell of a show. I've had a damn good time. This has been fun. I want to thank everybody that's been in the chat. Skinny Bob, Landon Clark, Dave Glassman, Alamo on the Rise, EJ, KB82. Mundungus, Glenn,
Shadow Jacker,
Rich,
Alamo,
Shadow Jacker,
EJ,
everybody. Thank you all for being with us today.
KB82.
This is like right now for the next 6 weeks. This is all the only exposure any of us are going to get to football is talking to each other. So thank you guys for being with us. All right, guys, this has been the Nothing Rhymes with the Orange and Blue podcast. We thank you for joining us. If you liked what you saw, if you liked what you heard, please like, subscribe, share, comment. We are on the quest at MHRT. We are on the quest for 1,000 subscribers. Help us get there, guys. It takes 1 second to click subscribe. 1 second. Click that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, give the video a like, share it to your friends. It takes 2 minutes, like less than 2 seconds to send it to a friend, okay? You can find us on MHRT Podcasts on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can find us. You can also find, no, let's not talk more QB, boss. No. All right. Here, take that down real quick. Take that down real quick. Just take down the banner. Take the banner down.
Okay. Stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me.
You can also correspond with me and Isaiah on Nothing Rhymes DB4L on Facebook. You can correspond with us on Twitter at Nothing Rhymes with 2 underscores. That's where you can talk to us. You can find me on Twitter at Broncos Viking with 1 underscore and Isaiah at Word Over World with 2 underscores on Twitter. All right, guys, this has been a blast. Thank you for joining us on Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. We go live every Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at 6543. Put them where they go. Learn your time zones, okay? Do not forget, in addition to following us on all of these on MHRT, especially that one right there. That one right there. In addition to that, do not miss our other shows on our other MHRT shows. On Tuesdays, we have Broncos Talk with a 6'10" Mexican and Richie Rich A at 7654 on all those platforms. You can also, and then on, he is really 6'10". Go ask him Go ask him what the top of the refrigerator looks like. It's awesome.
If he's 6'10", I'm 6'10".
You're not. You're 5'5". Anyway,
that's not true. I'm 6'10".
That's true. You're short. Shut up. Anyway. Also, do not forget to also tune into our Thursday show, the flagship show of MHRT, the MHRT Podcast on Thursdays at 7654. Again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch with Mundungus, with the Broncos wizard Mundungus Creevy, Glenn Hauser, Mr. Boggins, and Adon, a 6'10" Mexican. This has been a blast. I am Johnny Baki. This is over here is my best friend Isaiah Henderson. We had a blast with you guys. Once again, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Broncos country.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Legitimately, thank you guys. I'm not a father, but I'm a husband.
You're a godfather.
I'm starting to realize the sacrifices and the hardship a man, especially a father, has to go through. Thank you. I strive to be like the fathers out there. I see you guys. Johnny doesn't know this, but I'm going to say it. I watch Johnny because he's the closest father I have because my father's in California. My actual father's in California. I watch and I sit back and I see the sacrifice and the struggle a father/man has to go through. And it's tough, but I love it.
Don't make me cry. Please don't make me
shut up. You shut up.
I'm serious. You actually just got me misty-eyed.
All you fathers out there, thank you.
Agreed.
The world may not tell you, but what you do is more important than you will ever realize. Don't stop. Don't let up. Keep going forward, and I promise you to pay off. I'm praying for all of you. So love you fathers out there, baby daddies, fathers that are present, fathers that have had children
how about
past,
how about today? Our mile high five goes out to all the fathers out
mile
there.
high fathers.
Are you ready, Broncos country? Here we go. All right. Mile high five.
That was pretty
a lot
good.
Better.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
We love you, NRW crew. We love you, Broncos country. We will see you next Sunday. Thank you for joining us on the NRWOB. Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. Happy Father's Day, and we are out.
Love you, fathers.